So, hello everyone. A very warm welcome to all of you on Ecoholics YouTube channel that is there to cater the needs of RBI Grade B, Grade A aspirants. Now, in today's live session, we will be having with a discussion of payment banks. So, recently, from the thumbnail as well, you might have got an idea that recently India Post Payment Bank, that is a payment bank that is there of India Post. So India Post Payment Bank has achieved a milestone. They have achieved a great amount of profit in the last financial year. So we will see. So obviously now payment bank is in the news. Last year, if you see in the 2024 examination, RBI asked 2 to 3 questions from small finance bank. Okay? Because in 2024, small finance bank completed it 10 years since they got incorporated in our economy. So on the same note, if you see payment bank is also in news just before the examination. Examination is only what next month? Yes, next month, October 18th. Now this news is in this particular payment bank is in the news. So it's a great point. First of all, it's a great time that we should discuss what is payment bank is all about and what is the importance of payment bank, how payment banks, what is the difference, you can say, the different functions of payment banks, why payment bank came in existence, which committee recommended their formation, then what is the capital requirement and other restricted and permitted activities of a payment bank. Because on this, if you see, payment banks are quite different from the universal banks. That's true. By their nature itself, they are quite different. On the same line, small finance bank is also have some different functionalities, you know. So we should be knowing each and everything about these different payment banks. Now let's see. Let me present my screen to you people, and then we will go ahead with our discussion of the day. Okay, so I hope the screen must be visible to you people now, and I must be clearly audible. Now let's move ahead with our discussion of the day. Decoding payment banks, the rise of India Post Payment Bank with 134 crores worth profit. Now, this profit is huge. Seeing the capacity, seeing the reach of a payment bank, this profit is huge. Now, we will see what is payment bank first of all, why it is in news. So, we know it is in news because one of the payment banks has achieved a great amount of profit. That is the reason it is in news. But we should be knowing each and everything about the static component of a payment bank, and then we will see some dynamic information about India Post Payment Bank. Now, let's see. So why is it in the news? So India Post Payment Bank has booked a net profit of 134 crores. What is a net profit? Gross profit say when you deduct cost of goods sold and all, etc. Okay. First of all, cost of goods sold, then taxes and dividends, whatever you pay, then we'll talk about the net profit. Okay. So net profit is 134 crores in the financial 25. It means that in the last financial year, this payment bank has booked a profit of 134 crores. That is a huge 12 plus crore customers and 2000 plus core annual revenues, achieved 60 to 70% compound annual growth rate. It means if, for an example, if their growth was 100, just we I'm taking an you can say hypothetical example. Okay? If you see that growth was 100 in the financial year 24, then it went around 160 to 170 in financial year 25. This was the compound annual growth rate over the last 2 years. Leveraging, it is getting benefit of postal networks to deliver the doorstep digital banking and direct benefit transfers. Now, see, the fundamental behind the India Post Payment Bank was this only, that India Post is having a huge postal network. They have a reach to each and every the last mile of our country. You will see, you will find a post of India Post. You will find a office of or a working premises of India Post. Even in the last village of India as well, you will find India Post office. So this huge or the complex postal network that India Post is having, they want to get the benefit leverage of this thing, and they used it. They established a payment bank, And now they are delivering doorstep digital banking and direct benefit transfers via this India Post Payment Bank. Now, it is emerging as a key enabler of financial inclusion in a rural and unbanked area. Now, this statement is extremely important. Why so? Because this is the only reason why payment bank came in existence, providing banking services to those people who haven't access, who have not any kind of access of this banking facilities, and then promoting financial inclusion in urban areas and in rural areas. Okay? Now, what is payment bank? So it is a differentiated bank operating at a smaller scale with no credit risk. Do remember it? They operate on a smaller scale and they don't associate with any kind of credit risk. The concept is based on the sorry, Nachiket More committee recommendation. So I'm sorry, Nachiket More committee was the committee who recommended that we should be having a kind of bank that will be working on a smaller scale with no credit risk and to promote financial inclusion. So, very fundamental questions: which committee recommended the formation of payment banks in our country? So, Nachiket More committee. It got registered as a public limited company, first of all, and licensed under Section 22 of Banking Regulation Act 1949. It got regulated by Banking Regulation Act and RBI Act and Foreign Exchange Management Act. So these are the three acts that regulate a payment bank. Moving ahead, what is the objective? The sole purpose of the existence of payment bank is to promote financial inclusion. Do remember it. Okay, the sole purpose is to promote financial inclusion by serving migrant laborers, low income households, small entrepreneurs, and underbanked and unbanked areas. Okay? Now, what is the capital norms? If you want to establish a payment bank, what is the amount of paid up equity capital that you should be having? So, 100 crore is the minimum paid up equity capital that is required to open and to establish a payment bank in our country. And the 40% of this paid up equity capital should be a promoter contribution, and it is going to be there for initial 5 years. So lock-in period is there. Take a lock-in period is there for initial 5 years. Whatever the paid up equity capital is going to be there, obviously more than minimum requirement. 40% of that paid up equity capital is going to be locked in for 5 years. That is a 40%. Okay? Now, what are the different permitted and restricted activities of a payment bank? If you ask, so this is extremely important because from these areas they frame questions. Okay? First of all, the committee recommended, then the capital norms. Now, the next most important thing is the permitted activities and restricted activities of payment banks. Permitted activities are accept deposit. They accept deposits up to 2 lakh per customer only. First of all, on initial days, they're only allowed to accept deposit up to 2 lakh per customers. They can only provide saving and current accounts. They should be investing their deposits in safe government securities, those securities that are eligible to get classified under a statutory liquidity requirement of RBI. Okay? And the 75% of their deposit should get invested in safe government securities. Remaining 25% they can keep with scheduled commercial bank. Okay? So RBI has instructed very clearly that where they should be investing their deposits. They can offer remittances, mobile payments, ATM debit cards, net banking, fund transfers, etc., but no lending activities. That's why what they said, that they don't cater, they don't have any credit risk. What is the reason behind it? Because they don't provide any kind of loans. It can act as a banking correspondent as well for the other banks. What are the restricted activities? So they cannot issue loans and credit cards. So whatever, if you see, credit cards and loans are the two basic major activities that bring the credit risk. So we just saw in the definition that they operate on a smaller scale with no credit risk. So this is why it happens. because they cannot issue any kind of loans, and they cannot issue any kind of credit cards as well. They cannot accept the time deposits or NRI deposits. They can also not accept the time deposits. It means the fixed deposit or recurring deposit they cannot accept. Okay? Neither they can accept the NRI deposits. Now, if you see saving and current accounts over here, saving and current accounts, they can only provide these two things. So how they will be providing a fixed deposit and all? है ना? So they cannot provide facility of time deposit and NRI deposits, cannot establish NBFC subsidiaries. So if you see from here, RBI has restricted their their functions very much. They are just there. The sole purpose of payment banks is to promote financial inclusion in our country. The first thing, and then to provide banking services in unbanked areas. We will see that how they will be providing banking services in unbanked areas. For that purpose, they have kept some other you can say rules and regulations as well. We will see them. Okay? And government have not established payment bank to provide loans and to provide credit. Okay? They will be working with no credit risk, only saving and current accounts. They can provide ATM and debit cards, remittances facilities, mobile payments, etc., just to promote financial inclusion. India Post Payment Banks. ठीक है. Now, just wait. Yes. Now, India Post Payment Bank. What is India Post Payment Bank? So we saw that why India Post Payment Bank was in the news. So we came to know that okay, payment bank is something that got introduced by the Nachiket Moore committee, and then the government established it. Okay? So we saw that what this bank is all about, what is the objective, what is the capital norms, what is the permitted activities, and what is the restricted activities of these banks. Okay? So now we have a clear cut idea. But what is this India Post Payment Bank? Now it becomes important because this is the bank who have achieved so much. Okay? So ownership, it is a 100% government of India. It's a subsidiary of Indian government. That's it. 100% stake is with government of India under the Department of Post, Ministry of Communications. So do remember it. Other payment banks are private payment banks, whatever. Okay, 5 to 6 payments bank we are having at this point of time. All India Post Payment Bank is a 100% subsidiary of government of India. It got launched on 1st September 2018. Headquarters in New Delhi. The mandate is to provide accessible banking at doorstep, bridge financial gaps for unbanked and underbanked areas, and get the benefit of the vast network of India Post, 1.6 lakh post offices and 4 lakh postal employees. So just to get the benefit, now they don't need to employ huge amount of employees, you know, extra huge amount of employees. So whatever the postal employees are there, they will take the benefit of them. Now they don't need to establish new, you can say the commercial branches as well, because obviously, as I told you earlier, even in the rural, even in the ruralist area of our country, if you see the last village of our country, okay, you will get a post office, okay. So they don't need to establish a brick and mortar commercial branches in every remote areas, okay, because they want to provide the banking services to both to doorstep and to unbanked and underbanked rural areas. So how it is going to possible? Obviously post offices are going to be there, so they will be utilizing the infrastructure of India Post, and then the employees that is there in the India Post, they will be getting benefit. They want to take the benefit of this structure and these employees, and then they will be providing banking facilities at the doorstep in rural areas, unbanked areas, underbanked areas, and then this is how they will be promoting financial inclusion. That is the sole purpose of their establishment. So if any day anyone asks what is the reason behind the establishment of payment bank, then the sole purpose is to provide financial inclusion in rural and unbanked or underbanked areas with no credit risk, as they cannot provide any kind of loans and credit cards. They can only provide saving and current account facilities. That's it. They don't provide loans, they don't provide credits, they don't provide any kind of fixed deposit, NI deposit, etc. They are just there to promote the financial inclusion, and that is the reason why the Nachiket Moore Committee recommended the establishment of payment banks to establish to promote financial inclusion. So whenever anything come across in regards to financial inclusion, then payment bank should be there in your answer, in your essays, when you are talking about the financial inclusion. Okay, do remember it at any cost. Now, this is it. This was it for today's discussion, and I hope that you people must have got valuable insight from this live session. And now, if you want to download this data for free of cost, then you can download it for free of cost from our app Ecoholics, that is available in Google's Play Store. Now, if you have any kind of queries in regards to the paid courses that we provide or any free data that we provide, so you can take a screenshot of this slide. You can note it down. You can note down this number, and then you can reach out to our academic counselors, and all of your queries will get resolved in a most appropriate way and as soon as possible. So thank you so much for joining today's live session, and I hope that you people must have got valuable insight from this live session of ours. And do subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, because we keep coming up with these interesting live sessions on a daily basis, and this is going to help you immensely. So even in a week, out of 5 or 6 live session, if you are able to attempt 1 or 2 extra questions in RBI examination now, then it is going to make a huge difference. Why so? Because I have seen people missing the GA current GA sectional cutoff by 0.75, 0.25 marks. So that is the importance of a single question. So just by attending a live session of 15 to 20 minutes in a week, if it is providing you that crucial 1 to 2 marks, then it's a great success for you. So do attend our live sessions, turn on the notification bell, do subscribe to our channel so that you can get the notification whenever we go live with such interesting live sessions. Till then, have a great day ahead. Bye.